So this is you. You're suffering from an affliction. Luckily enough, there's a solution other than going to your doctor all the time. Are you suffering from a chronic illness or from a mental condition? Do you have a health problem that impacts your daily life? Are you wondering where to find answers and would be interested in talking to people with the same experience as you? Maybe you've answered yes to all these things, but your physician isn't available for call 24/7 and you don't want to wait until the next time you're free for an appointment. Thankfully, there are things called online patient communities. Here you can talk with other patients of a similar disease. With online patient communities, you can reach out to others suffering from the same affliction. An important part of the online patient communities is the social aspect. Many patients are like you looking for answers as well. This gives people a place to discuss tips and tricks on living with the disease. This works especially well for patients suffering from a rare illness because they may not have a community of patients near them to reach out to. But with the internet, everyone's close by. There are two primary ways of communication on online patient communities. You can talk on a forum board or you can personally message the patients asking for help. Users here can tell their stories not only through words but also through data that can help you figure out what is best for you. One important aspect of a community is the health data the community provides. An important piece of data provided on an online patient community is health records. These records include the disease the patient is afflicted with, treatments that the patient is going through, and any dietary information that impacts the patient's life. For example, a patient suffering from Crohn's disease may want to track the amount of fiber intake. The way this data is displayed is varied. One example we can look at is on patients like me. Here we have a profile of one of the users. This particular user is afflicted by 4 conditions: Crohn's disease, ALS, osteoporosis, and PLS. First, we have his activity levels on the website. We can see how many times he's updated his profile and how many times someone has viewed the profile. It also shows how long this user's been a member and when the last time the user visited the site. On top of all the charts, we have a slider that we can use to view between different dates. On his chart, on patients like me, we have a few different sections. The first section is the Instant Me section. This section just gives a brief overview of how the user is overall. Next section is called FRS. FRS stands for Functional Rating Scale. The background represents how the patient's progression of ALS compares to other patients, and each blue plot point is when the patient enters data into the system. If you hover over each plot point, a little guide comes up like this. Each section of this guide represents one of the questions on the ALS FRS. Finally, we have a quality of life graph where the user answers a survey, which then gets added to the graph. Further down, we have a few more technical data points. Each little blue line represents a hospitalization, and if you hover over one of the points, this pops up. This displays the date admitted, the date discharged, and the purpose. The next section is labs and tests the patients have taken. Here we see that this user has only taken one test and has not updated this test in some time. Finally, we get to treatments. Each treatment is broken down into what symptoms the treatment is supposed to treat. You may notice that not only medication is included in this section, food, vitamins, and exercise are included as well. Finally, we have the Symptoms tab. Like the Treatments tab, this is broken down per affliction. You can use all this information and compare it to your treatments and symptoms. Maybe this user is taking a certain medication and is experiencing a less severe symptom. This is information you can take to your doctor and see if there's a better treatment option available for you. Or you can reach out to the user and talk to him about his treatments and experience. Overall, online patient communities are a helpful place to look at data and get recommendations from people who are going through experiences similar to you.